And welcome to the least must listen to Sunday live stream in the world. I am your host at Hot BFF with two P's. As always, joined by at their ABFF with two F's. Dan, Chris, first name basis show. We're here to get y'all hopefully ready for your final playoff push and to get you some must-win wins. So
yes, must-win wins.
Must-win wins. We're gonna try to do that today. I've got at least one ask. I have one asking for a friend.
Okay.
So, at some point here, but hold on, I gotta get the game schedule pulled up too.
I should probably get some of my potential asking for friends up. I probably have a couple.
Yeah, I only had one that was glaring at me. All right, let's go ahead as we wait for some questions. Get through some of these inactives. Matt Breida is not going to play in Week 13. It was suspected he might be back, so Tevin Coleman gets not interrupted again there. Well,
yes,
as not interrupted as he can be. Mohamed Sanu and Philip Dorsett both expected to play for the Patriots, so you're looking at like a Jacoby Myers Hail Mary start or something like that. Don't do that. Drew Lock's going to receive his first start against the Chargers in Week 13 for any super flex players that need an emergency quarterback. It is against the Chargers. That is a solid defense, so we'll see how Drew Lock fares. But I've got to start him in an emergency in a Dynasty Superflex League that I'm borderline playoff in, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett was not on the final injury report ahead of Week 13, so I believe he is expected to play on Monday night. David Njoku not going to be activated this week if you were holding out hope for that. Adam Thielen was practicing on Saturday. He's trending towards playing on Monday night, so he'll be back. Jordan Howard has been ruled out for the shoulder injury, so that makes me love Miles Sanders a lot. All right. We got some questions now, starting with Alex. Good morning. Playoff start this week in one league, 2-week match. Yeah, I've got that too, Alex. Jerry Bagshaw, I'm a must-win half PPR. Should I start Barkley or roll with Williams against the Titans?
Barkley.
Barkley.
It's going to be like he's game script proof. I fully expect the Packers to have a bounce back week.
Mm-hmm.
And then even with the win problems that should be going on there, it's going to be Barkley, Shepard, and Slayton.
Yeah, and wind and things like that definitely help the run game a little bit more and the short passing game, which both benefits Barkley. Williams has been good, and yes, the Colts have a good offensive line to run behind. Titans' run defense also not too terrible, so I'm going to go Barkley. I think that you at least end up even with those two, so go with the guy at the higher upside.
Yep.
And that's going to be more used in the receiving game. That's the other thing with it being half PPR. You get a little bit more of a boost from Barkley there than you would Jonathan Williams or Nyheim Hines figures to get all of the receiving work.
And Jordan Wilkins is fully healthy. So
yeah,
we'll see if they really want to make a Williams and Williams and Wilkins backfield committee.
Half PPR, Goddard, Hollister, or Higbee. Zach Ertz is active.
I mean, Higbee's got the matchup. Everyone wants to play tight ends against the Cardinals, but
I haven't seen anything on Gerald Everett, actually. Is he playing?
No, he's out.
Gerald Everett is out?
Is out. But, I mean, you still got you get Coop, Woods, Cooks. You get an offense that funnels almost 75% of their targets to their receivers.
Is Harrison Smith healthy?
Yeah.
Okay. So
hamstring issue too.
My answer here is probably Hollister. I actually picked up Hollister to start in one place.
Yeah.
Vikings pass defense has not been good. The run defense has been good. A lot of mouths to feed there in the Rams, so I can make a compelling argument for Higbee. Goddard, with Ertz being back, I'm more tepid on him than the other two.
I think they're all relatively ranked the same. I think they all relatively the same upside. And slightly right around slightly floor. It depends.
Got to make a decision for the man.
I know, Hollister.
That's what we're going with.
We're going the long-winded answers.
If it helps you any, I had to pick up Jacob Hollister to start in a flex position in a Dynasty IDP must-win, and felt comfortable doing that over Jacoby Myers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's some. Juju Smith-Schuster's really mucked that roster up for me, and so was Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chase Edmonds not listed on the final injury report, so all three backs are going to be a full go this week for Arizona. We will see how that plays out. I do expect Kenyon Drake to have the most insulated value because he has been consistently good. We'll see how Edmonds and Johnson sprinkle in around that.
Yeah, I agree.
Deebo Samuel, Emmanuel Sanders, and George Kittle all expected to play against Baltimore. Kind of crappy weather there, too. So
yeah, rain, wind.
Yeah.
Kind of cold.
Right. So
it's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be a mess. I honestly expect that to be more of a defensive struggle than anything. Of course, you never know. Baltimore's rushing game, so San Francisco could be forced in a way to throw. Honestly, the only one I want out of those three is George Kittle.
Obviously, always George Kittle.
Mm-hmm. Alshon Jeffrey is good to play against Miami. He'll be a full go, so not a bad start there.
Nope.
T.Y. Hilton not gonna play this week.
There's Paris Campbell. We have another week of Zach Pascal and Jack Doyle.
Right. Because Ebron's on IR.
Better DSC defense, Packers or Eagles?
Better
per Jerry.
Packers or Eagles? Go with the Eagles against the Dolphins, probably.
I mean, honestly, like to me,
they get Trayvon LeBlanc back too, so they've got their full starting secondary healthy.
And they've actually been pretty good against the secondary's gotten better each and every week. I'm going with the Eagles. I do like the Packers defense against the Giants too.
I do too. I think there's more of a chance for turnover, less of a chance for sacks. I like the Eagles against the Dolphins.
They're about as equal.
A hair
more
for me. Just a hair more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Less scoring potential there in Miami, especially with Albert Wilson being a starting wide receiver and banged up. You're without Preston Williams. You're relying on Kalen Ballage as the starter. Nice floor there for Philly.
Yeah.
All right. Damian Williams has been ruled out for Week 13. Tyreek Hill is going to be a full go. So LaShawn McCoy and Darrell Williams there. That's another one where the running game could really play a factor.
Yeah, that could be that could easily be a both running back game.
Yeah,
somehow
it very well could be. Juju Smith-Schuster not going to play against Cleveland with a knee injury, so this does two things. One, it hurts James Washington's upside because he will get Denzel Ward. And two, it kind of hurts Duck Hodges. There's going to be no James Conner here either. So, you figure that it's going to be a Benny Snell, James Washington.
No, Benny Snell is a good name.
Benny Snell.
The guy with three first names.
Because he stinks?
Because he stinks.
Yeah. Evan Ingram not going to play Week 13. So.
It's going to be the Shepard and Slayton show.
Yep.
And full PPR, would you play Alshon over Lindsey, Miles Sanders, Keenan Allen, or Carson? This is playoffs. He's going against Cook, McCaffrey, Chark, Evans, and God. Jesus.
Yeah, full PPR, would you play Alshon over Lindsey, Sanders, Keenan Allen, or Carson?
You need a boom.
You do need a boom. So
Cook, McCaffrey, Chark, Evans, and Godwin. Jesus. I'm sorry, man. That might be tough to overcome, but we'll do our best.
I'd probably play him over Keenan Allen there. Or Phillip Lindsay.
I play Alshon over both Keenan Allen and Lindsey.
Yeah.
I don't like the pace of the Allen or of the Chargers and Broncos game. And that goes inside with Phillip Lindsay. They can lean heavier on him with Drew Lock playing, but Chargers defense is back and healthier than they've been all year long. So
honestly, if you need a boom, I don't think you're going to get that out of Lindsay. You haven't gotten that all year. So I would say probably Alshon over Lindsay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you got at least a chance for Allen to boom, and you're going to need some boom.
I play him over Carson easily. The question would be, would you play him over Miles Sanders?
No. Not with Sanders against Miami and Howard out.
Yeah. So I play him over everybody besides Sanders. And then I guess.
Yep. So you're setting that lineup, though. Who are you taking out? Because for me, it's Phillip Lindsay.
Yeah, I'm taking out. I think I take out Chris Carson.
Start McLaurin over them as well. They've got the Panthers. No, McLaurin's probably going to get Bradbury, which has been relatively solid this year. So
yeah,
I would say no on that.
I agree.
I think you get more insulated value out of the others in McLaurin. And what you don't want is a dud either.
No,
So
no. You
keep it insulated with that floor a little bit. All right. New England released kicker Nick Folk and signed kicker Kai Forbath. Folk's recovering from having his appendix removed. Could later be re-signed. So Kai Forbath if you need a kicker, I guess. Tajay Sharp not going to play for the Titans against the Colts. All this does is open up like 4 targets. So there you go.
There you go.
Robbie Gould active and will kick for the 49ers this week. So if you're riding Chase McLaughlin for any reason, don't. Golden Tate going to miss this week. Again, it's the Shepard and Slayton show.
Yes.
Yeah, we already talked about Paris Campbell. Scotty Miller not going to play for the Bucks, which opens up a few more targets for kind of your tight ends working over the middle. He's been working as their slot guy.
Yeah. I mean, did you get to see Justin Watson?
Probably, yes. And Zach Ertz active for week 13, as we've mentioned about 6 times already.
Wait, is Zach Ertz, is he active?
Zach Ertz is active.
He is active.
I'll get to
last
it
one
here in a little bit.
Half PPR. Naeem Hines, Malcolm Brown, or Keelan Cole for Alex as well.
Not Keelan Cole, not Malcolm Brown. It's got to be Hines.
It's Hines, especially if Tennessee gets up early and they gotta
He'll
there's
get
a better chance for a game script for him.
He had 8 targets last week.
Who's that?
I think Hines had 8 targets last week, if I remember right. So.
Keelan Cole is firmly behind
behind Westbrook and Chark.
Westbrook, Chark, and Conley, and Brown has become a massive afterthought. So it's Hines with a bullet.
Yep, you actually asked us one that wasn't hard to answer, so I appreciate that every now and again.
I mean, I like the good and the easy ones. So
I do too.
Good luck to you this week too, Alex. Yeah. We got a little bit of stress week here.
This is the most stressful week other than championship week in fantasy football, I think.
Yeah.
It's the most stressful regular season week for sure, because all the win or go home or I need this from this person, it's messy.
It's always the final week of the regular season, because I with this year, it just felt like there's so much more parity. I think this year
there's a lot of.
I just feel like there's a lot of people out there that just had there isn't leagues that just have 2 or 3 teams. And then everybody else.
No, not really. I am in one league that's like that, but most of them didn't have that happen. And I think that can be attributed to the fact that a lot of guys that were projected to be top performers and drafted early this year either underperformed massively or were impacted by injury.
Yeah.
Or, got themselves cut from 2 teams and ousted from the league.
That's right.
So, yeah, we'll recap all of it after the season, but I think a lot of it is a lot of those high draft picks just did not pan out this season.
I agree.
Barkley's been RB1 still, but not otherworldly. He's going to say the same thing for Zeke. So, and Kamara definitely didn't pan out the way a lot of people thought he was going to. So, just some
Sean Payton.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's so much Sean Payton. That offense has kind of been weird.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We got some asking for friends. It looks like questions has slowed down.
Yeah.
So if you got any asking for friends, let's get those.
Alshon Jeffrey or Brandon Cooks, half PPR?
Jeffrey.
Yeah. Okay.
That was easy for me. I don't like Cooks this week as much so than anybody else with him being so banged up.
I left Jeffrey in, but I'll check after the show.
Okay.
I think that's what I landed on too, but I'm not positive on that. Need a boom. So, not that it's seeding. I mean, I'm locked into the playoffs, but it's seeding and bye weeks on the line.
Hey, first round buys are still important.
Yeah. All right, that was the only one I had.
Tyler Boyd or Sterling Shepard?
Tyler Boyd, I think. Well, yeah. Dalton's back. Weak jet secondary. I'd say Tyler Boyd over Sterling Shepard there.
Okay. I think there's one more. Darius Geis or Jalen Samuels?
Geis.
Yeah. I think those are the only ones.
Yeah. I don't like anything to do with Pittsburgh this week, honestly.
I don't either.
I mean, that is a team that Mike Tomlin deserves some major props for, even having in the playoff picture.
He does that well.
Yeah,
He's a good coach. And
everything that they've dealt with, injury wise.
Oh, I agree.
So, all right, that might be all we have.
Should we talk any weather?
Oh yeah, I forgot weather. We do have weather. Let's talk some weather. So do you have the same games I have?
I have 6 games written down.
I have 3. Let's go with your list. All
Okay.
right. 49ers and Ravens, rain, 13-mile-an-hour winds, 28-mile-per-hour wind gust potentially. So for that one, I worry a little less about the Ravens offense under those conditions. San Francisco's defense has been good, but the Ravens offense is built for speed to be able to run and be able to win games where you don't have to force the ball downfield. So I worry a bit less about that. That is kind of a damper to Marquise Brown, but we know that Lamar Jackson gets some good zip on his throws too. So, and at 13 mile an hour, and I think the rain is expected to be light at points, I don't think that hurts him or the Ravens nearly as much as that potentially has an impact on the 49ers, which have not necessarily been a volume passing offense anyway. They might be forced to be, but I kind of want to fade away from 49ers not named George Kittle or Tevin Coleman.
I think if any of these teams get out ahead early, or I guess any one of these teams, is forced to throw, it's not going to be pretty. I think this game is always close. I think it fits well for both teams. Both teams are very run heavy and want to be run heavy, and want to make more of the higher value throws. Not have to be more so volume, but want to hit them when they need to, and then just keep pounding the football. I wouldn't expect it. I will not not be surprised if this game is one of the quickest games of the week.
Yeah. All right, Jets Bengals. You got light rain, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Got 16-mile-an-hour winds, gust up to 26. I guess. Light rain kind of impacts the gust you're concerned about. 16-mile-an-hour wind steady is less concerning. I think that what I was reading is that anything under 20, you don't really see a major drop off. So
yeah, it just depends. You may see a couple, 2 or 3 of those targets that would normally go to their deep threat guys go to maybe your underneath guys. So maybe a slight boost to Crowder, slight ding to Robbie Anderson, and then on the other side maybe Auden take it. So it just depends because they don't really have a deep threat in Cincinnati, as Boyd and Tank kind of fulfill this kind of the same role.
Yeah. Redskins and Panthers gust 29 miles an hour. Again, the way that these two teams operate, we already don't like McLaurin. And, the Panthers offense runs through McCaffrey anyway. So, given the way these two offenses operate, I don't know that I hate it a whole lot. We know DJ Moore can work short, and it's gusts. The sustained wind is not supposed to be quite that. So
no, sustained winds are like 9 miles an hour. There's nothing there.
I'm probably not doing anything based on this report, just given how these two offenses run. I mean, and how down I am on McLaurin this week already.
Yep.
Packers Giants going to be cold, gust up at 18 miles an hour, and I believe some light drizzle there.
More so snow flurries.
Snow flurries, that's what it was.
I think it might hit. Well, it shouldn't impact much, as both teams like to operate underneath and then run the football.
Both teams are used to cold, too. It's not like Dallas going out and playing in New England.
Yep.
Bucks Jag, 17-mile-an-hour winds, gust up to 32. Probably affects the Bucks less so than the Jaguars, I would think. Jaguars will just run the football if it becomes an issue. But Jameis has kind of that same rocket arm when we talk about what's going to go on with Raiders Chiefs and Mahomes here in a second, and Lamar Jackson as well. So
yeah, it's the same thing. It may
guys that can get velocity on their throws bother me less with wind.
Yeah, you may see again. It could be the choice of more underneath or more of the intermediate throw. So maybe Chark, Evans, I guess maybe see 1 or 2 less targets, and you see a bump to Godwin. Maybe Brait Howard, whoever wants to work underneath the middle for the Bucks, and a slight bump to Crowder, or not Crowder, D.D. Westbrook.
Yeah. All right, and then the last one, Raiders Chiefs, 22-mile-an-hour winds, gust at 33. This affects the Raiders a little bit more than the Chiefs, as far as the passing game goes, again, Mahomes' big arm, just I worry about it less. But the Raiders are kind of a run first, get Josh Jacobs going type of team too. So I don't.
And they need to, because
Yeah,
you can run on the Chiefs. You
Yep.
definitely can.
you can. So this is another one where the needle just doesn't move a whole lot for me, just given how these two teams are set up. It's the same thing you said before. You might see a little bit more underneath work for like LaShawn McCoy or Travis Kelce versus Tyreek Hill for the Chiefs, but with Mahomes probably having at least a top 3 big arm in the league, probably top 1. I still want to see the throw off between him and Josh Allen.
That'd be sweet.
I don't worry about this.
Yeah, one last question.
Okay.
Alex again, just firing off all the questions here. I love it. Darrell Williams over Keenan Allen or Philip Lindsay?
No,
To me, not Keenan.
Lindsay though, probably. Just look at where the option is, touchdown, right? That's what I'm thinking here. It is touchdown, and if they're going to have to grind it out, Darrell Williams is going to get the goal line work.
Yeah, that one's really close for me.
Yeah.
I may still lean Phillip just because of touches. It's
Well, we know that they're trying to limit Shady's touches though too, so it becomes does Darrell Williams get fewer touches than Philip Lindsay with Damian not playing?
Does he get fewer? Yeah, I think he will. I think Lindsay will. I'll touch them all. It's just whether or not they're quality touches. And I think it's between these two in terms of upside. It's similar to me. Philip Lindsay is their goal line back. All they need is one red zone drive, and he could get in.
Wrong, Darrell Williams.
I think McCoy has been mostly their goal line back when he's been healthy. But so Alshon and Williams over both. I'm doing Jeffrey over both Keenan and Lindsay easily. Hold on.
All right.
Well, I'm trying to see how he's going with it. If you're picking between Williams, Keenan Allen, Lindsay, and Alshon Jeffrey, it's Alshon and Keenan Allen for me. Between those 4, I think is what he's going with. Unless you have to play one receiver and one running back out of those 2.
Yeah. Freeman and Lindsay have equal red zone touches this year.
Okay. Well, what does it look like as of late? That's really what it's.
Well,
that's what it's been for me.
Have that level of drill down on Player Profiler, this.
I know. He needs 2 of them. If you just need 2, I'm going Alshon and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Alshon and Keenan Allen if you just need 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Dylan wants to know Wentz or Cousins.
Cousins. I'm going Cousins, and I'm going to go back to exactly what I said about Miami and Washington all year.
I don't want to answer this question because I don't. I've had to deal with this before.
I'm going to answer it, and because I had to deal with something similar. I had to deal with Dak or Cousins. I'm going Cousins. Seattle. Yes, the secondary has been better. They haven't been great most of the season. He's getting Adam Thielen back. It's a game where I think both teams are going to have to score points. Whereas you can get into really negative game script for quarterbacks with Miami, and we've seen it a lot this year. It's the same thing for quarterbacks against Washington. And I had a diatribe on this a couple weeks ago where those are better matchups for pieces on a team like Miles Sanders or Alshon Jeffrey than they are for the actual quarterback. And that's because with teams like Miami and Washington and even Cincinnati, you're going to get out ahead and just try to you're just going to run the football. You're not going to be pushing the ball downfield. There's not going to be a reason to. Yeah. And I think that Wentz has a chance of this going with a very negative game script, and he's also struggled as of late. So you're asking, I'm pretty firmly Kirk Cousins there.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm actually pretty firm on, I won't say firm because it's very close. Wentz, tough matchups over the past few weeks here. He finally gets a cakewalk matchup. Fitzpatrick has proven that he can keep up with teams. He can make Miami compete. It's not Josh Rosen anymore. Like, to me, it's he gets his full set of weapons back, minus Deshaun Jackson. I guess Jordan Howard, but that's not really much of a weapon for him in terms of the passing game. I understand Cousins. Is someone like, for me, I'm just concerned on the road, prime time. I know we shouldn't go with that because like you just have to look at just statistics.
Are you about to give me the Kirk Cousins can't play in primetime narrative after Kirk Cousins had the best game of the season?
I'm not giving you just Kirk Cousins
time?
primetime narrative. To me, is there both these guys can go off, both these guys can be bad. And to me, this is a true coin flip. I don't think it's a direct way either or. But I've also been a Carson Wentz stance. I've been a stance for both players. So, like I said, you can pick it. I don't want to be a part of it because I'm just gonna I'll keep it. But
that's fine. I'll pick it. Kirk Cousins.
You can go Kirk Cousins. That's fine.
That's where I'm going.
That's awesome. Oof. I'm all riled up now. I need a drink.
And once again, I won't tell you guys to do anything I wouldn't do myself. I'm starting Kirk Cousins this week.
Yeah. I'm not picking between these two, but I'd have to go between Cousins or Rodgers. That's another one. Cousins or Rodgers.
Yeah, that was another one.
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, you're asking
Cousins
me?
or Rodgers? Yes.
Man, that's tough with how bad the Packers offense has been.
Because that's kind of the same thing for me. It's where you have a struggling quarterback who's proven it before in Wentz and Rodgers, who have just gone through some tough matchups, and now they have a favorable matchup.
Or do
you go with the guy who's?
I'm going to go with Cousins again. You're going to be throwing shit and cussing the entire night on Monday, but I'm going to go with Cousins again.
That one I'm going to be. I think I haven't said it as Rodgers. That may be a last second thing. I'm going to be. I've been bad at picking quarterbacks this year.
It's just one of those things where Green Bay has struggled so much. And I mean, what do you bet on? Either they're going to struggle and the game's going to be close, or they're going to not struggle and potentially get into a negative game script where Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones just take it home.
Yeah, or it's just all Aaron Jones, like regardless.
So, yeah, those are the two options right there. Yeah. And yeah, I actually would take Wentz or Cousins over Rodgers probably.
I would. Wentz and Rodgers be interesting. Cousins is always like. I think it's more so because I'm a Vikings fan, and this is why I can't have nice things. It's always been my narrative.
Yeah,
and the fact that I've been really bad at picking quarterbacks this year. So
biased.
There's a little bit of bias coming,
bias.
And I love Kirk Cousins, but I love Kirk Cousins, but I don't have to worry about Kirk Cousins on my fantasy team. I think it's more so what it is.
I've got him as a backup, so
yeah. I mean, I got it. It's
great
him, Rodgers,
and quarterback to have.
Yeah. All right.
So all right.
About that time.
Yeah, that's all we got. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for asking questions. If you think of anything else, at BeerfieldFF, at HotBFF, at ThurayBFF. That Hot BFF is with 2 P's. Not one.
ThurayBFF is with 2 F's.
Yep. He said he was leaning Cousins. Yep, there you go. Just it's my fault, fine. However this goes. Be sure to blame me on Twitter. There'll be plenty of that. By the way, be nice to your fantasy analyst. Whoever you choose, whatever advice they give you. We don't have a crystal ball. We can only try to, and thankfully we do not have this problem with our listeners, but plenty of others do. And we don't have a crystal ball. We can only go off of, what we know. We can only go with the process. You got to trust the process.
Yep, exactly.
So, all right. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Best of luck in week 13. I hope that we had a lot of playoffs going on for y'all in your leagues and for us too. We will catch you guys back here on Monday.
See ya.